Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Spot. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Boiling Point. Sorry, I had a couple of drinks before I started this movie review. It is about a guy, a chef who runs a kitchen, right? And it's the busiest day of the year. And, you know, how he has to deal with it. And you always wonder, like, I don't know, I think it'd be cool to own a restaurant. Now, I don't know if he owns a restaurant or not, or if he just runs the kitchen. Because I think it would be cool just to own a restaurant, not really run the kitchen, but I guess you'd have to do both. But anyway, I keep referring to is Stephen Graham, right? Is that what Stephen Graham, yep. So you've seen him in many other movies. So here's a cool thing, 7.5 on IMDb, 4,400 people have rated it so far. So that's pretty solid. I'm kind of excited about this movie. It's only an hour and 34 minutes long, so let's get into it. Let's find out what it's about, give you a better idea, let you know what I think. Stick around. I might be sober in the check-in. I don't know, maybe not. Alright, I'll be back. Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Boiling Point. We're at the 54-minute 38-second mark. Funny thing is, I started this review a long time ago, never finished the movie, I forget why, but now I'm back into it, so you don't really care about that. But anyway, I don't even remember what I said in the beginning, but this is about a kitchen. Not even sure where they're at. I'm going to guess London? I don't know. But anyway, it's all about this restaurant, and we have our head chef who's running the whole place, you know, and it's the pressures that everybody's under in the restaurant business. And I think it's very, very interesting. My wife is in the restaurant industry. She worked in the kitchen, and she works as a waitress as well, so she's on both sides. My mom was a waitress, you know, so I haven't been, but I've always been interested in, and I've of course had friends who are in the service industry, you know, so I always have a lot of respect for people who wait on you, who make your food, all that kind of stuff. And I know you don't care, but this movie is all about that. It's all the behind, is not the customer side of things, it's everything that they deal with, you know, from the waitresses, the waiters, to the cooks, to the sous chefs, all that kind of stuff that goes on, and their pressures. It's one night, right? So they're showing, like, you know, what food they have available. So you have to cut down the menu and say, like, this is what we're serving tonight. We don't have enough steak, for example. So push the fish, push, you know, that kind of thing. And it makes you think, like, oh, okay, when they come out and they tell you the specials, it's not like they're special. That's just the food that they probably got to get rid of, or they have enough of that they want to, whatever, you know, that kind of thing. And then, you know, the wait staff and stuff like that, when they go out and they're talking to people and how people are rude to them, even though they really didn't do anything wrong. And of course there's going to be mistakes, and when they make mistakes, blah 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 blah. And then there's the battle between the wait staff and the cook staff, you know, which I've heard plenty of. You know, the cooks are upset with the wait staff because they're doing it wrong. The wait staff is upset with the kitchen, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's all in here, and it's fast paced, you know, and it keeps you interested. Now, in this movie, you know, to add to all of that, which is not, you know, enough. First of all, he gets hit with a review right in the beginning, you know, telling them they go, you know, they lower their score from a 5 to a 3, and then another chef comes in who's more popular, has a TV show, so people kind of recognize him, with a food critic, and then Instagram influencers come in. So there's like all this kind of, you know, other things that go into the high pressure job that they're in right now. So it's very, very interesting, and you know, we're over halfway through, so I'm gonna get back to it here and see where it goes. But and of course, you know, you got the staff that are, you know, I don't want to say lazy, you know, not necessarily, but they're not doing their job, kind of thing. There's other people who are trying to do their job, but they're doing it wrong. All that stuff, that's all in here. So all right, that's enough. I'm gonna get back to it. I'll be back in a little bit. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Boiling Point, and I tell you what, it was pretty intense, pretty good. Stephen Graham is the chef. right? And it's really, I mean, it all takes place in the restaurant. There's a small piece in the beginning where he's walking, but you know, as I described before, it's all about that and the high pressure everybody is under. You know, they really mainly focus on the kitchen. They show a little bit of the wait staff here and there, you know, but I mean, probably 80%, 90% of the movie is on the kitchen piece and the people in the kitchen, mainly the chef, and then the other 20 to 10% is the wait staff. But you know, I think it works well the way that they told the story. And the other thing is, this is kind of like the perfect storm. You know, like, okay, you know, being in a restaurant, having a food critic, another chef there, you know, customers hard to deal with, that, all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure that happens a lot. So maybe it's not the perfect storm. It's just a regular, you know, Stephen Graham was an executive producer in this. But I found it very interesting, very entertaining. Now, I will say this. They told me where it was. They mentioned where it was at, but I forget. Anyway, he has a Scottish accent. One girl has a British accent. Another girl has a French accent. I ended up turning on the subtitles just to make sure. There was times where I was thinking I was missing different things, so I turned them on. So you know, if you're able to pick up on different, you know, accents, you might not have to, but that's my advice to you. So I think this is I thought it was a really good film. But I've always had somewhat of an interest in the service industry, in the restaurant industry. Again, never have worked in one or done anything, but I've always wanted to. I always said, you know, I'd like to go bartend or stuff like that. Now my wife has, like I said, and other people have, and of course they say it's not a, you know, it's not a glamorous job. It's not, and this kind of paints that picture. So I think my interest in the whole, you know, career makes this terribly interesting, and my, you know, the fact that everybody else has been in it makes it really interesting to me. But I thought it was well done. I liked it a lot. I thought it was good acting. I thought the good plot lines. I mean, I even wanted more expansion on some of the characters. You know, it really focuses on Chef, and you know, it's a day in the life too. It's not like a backstory. We know he has a family and a kid, or an ex-wife and a kid, but that's really it. So they don't really dive into the other characters where you really, even him in the depth. You find out little nuggets of them. So they really focus on the day, the night, that one whole scene, and not really go into too much. You know enough, but you know, I want to know more about everybody else. You know, it kind of leaves it open for that. So that's how interested I was in it. You know, I don't know if a sequel or a prequel, you know what I mean, like to Boiling Point. You know, maybe I'm going way over the top, but that's how interested I was in this, that I felt I wouldn't mind seeing a prequel. It doesn't have to be a movie. It could be a short. You know, I don't think I'd want a sequel, but a prequel or even a spin-off would be interesting. I don't know. That's how much I enjoyed it. I might give it a 7. You know, so I don't know. Maybe I was just in the right frame of mind when I watched this movie. So check it out, especially if you've worked in the service industry or anything like that. You might enjoy it. If you know who Stephen Graham is, what was the Irish movie he was in? I forget, but with Brad Pitt. If you know it, put it in the comments. You know, he's been in a lot of different things. You recognize him, but he's the only actor I recognize. So, alright, I'm rambling. Hopefully this was helpful. Of course, subscribe to my channel, all that stuff. And thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.